Hi, in today's video I would like to introduce a very nice geometry problem involving a rectangle, corner of the circle and triangles. So first of all, I'm going to draw this line from the middle of this rectangle, dividing this rectangle into two congruent squares and touching this corner of the circle at this specific point, making this a right triangle. The second line from this vertex to this vertex, passing through these specific points and dividing this rectangle into two parts. This construction left over this big triangle with angle alpha and the right triangle, and the following distances x and x, and the shaded areas, one in the purple, the other one in green, the little one in the red. So our goal, I'm going to calculate the shaded area which is in green. Okay, the given information is this shaded area in the purple, which is equal half. Okay, before I start evaluating this area, I'm going to determine alpha and x. Okay, so by doing this one, I'm going to apply the trigonometry formula on this big triangle. Okay, let's get started now by calculating tangent alpha equal opposite divided by adjacent. Opposite is x, is divided by adjacent, which is 2x. This one is given as half. In the same time, tangent alpha equal to sine of alpha is divided by cosine of alpha. This one equivalent, cosine of alpha equal to 2 sine alpha. Okay, on the other hand, we have sine square alpha plus cosine square alpha equal to 1, equivalent. I'm going to use this expression and plug it into this equation. Is giving me cosine square alpha is divided by 4 by taking the quinary square of this one, plus this term, which is cosine square alpha. This one is giving me 5/4 cosine square alpha, which is equal to 1. Okay, by dividing both sides by 4/5 and taking the square root on both sides, is giving me equal 2 is divided by square root of 5. Okay, on the other hand, since tangent alpha equal to half, this one implies alpha equal to 3 pi is divided by 20. Okay, in fact, this is just approximate value. I'm going to replace this alpha with its value. I will get alpha equal to 3 pi over 20. Okay, so by the way, we have the right triangle here. That means this angle equal to pi over 2 minus 3 pi over 20, which is 7 pi over 20. This is a nice thing here. So on the other hand, this distance equal to this distance. This is x divided by 2. This is x divided by 2, because this triangle and this triangle are congruent due to this side length of these both triangles are congruent, x, and both triangles are the right triangle. Okay, so we have the nice symmetry between this half of this square and this half. So now the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to calculate x by using the area of this shaded area in the purple. Okay, we know the area of this segment equal to the area of this sector of this circle minus the area of this triangle. Let's call the area of this triangle like ST. Okay, so the area of this segment, which is SM, equal the area of this sector of this circle, which is half, is multiplied by this angle, which is 7 pi over 20, is divided by the radius quinary square, which is x squared, minus the area of this triangle ST, which is half, is multiplied by the sine of this angle of 7 pi over 20 is multiplied by the radius quinary square of this circle, okay, which is x squared. So I'm going to take half and x squared as a common factor. I will get half is multiplied by 7 pi over 20 minus this sine pi over 20. If you take a look, so the sine of 7 pi over 20 is the same thing as sine pi over 2 minus 3 pi over 20. Okay, so as we know, this value is giving us cosine of 3 pi over 20. We know the value of cosine 3 pi over 20, which is 2 is divided by square root of 5. Okay, so because this one is alpha, by continuing with this expression, I have this is 7 pi over 20 minus cosine 3 pi over 20, which is 2 divided by square root of 5. Okay, is multiplied by x squared. So if you calculate this value, this is 1 over 5 is giving us 0.2, which is 1 over 5, and the whole thing is giving you 1 over 10. In the other word, x squared equal 10 this area SM. Now we found a nice relationship between x and the area SM, okay, which is the area of this purple segment. Now let's move on to calculate the shaded area, which is in green. Okay, in order to calculate the shaded area, which is in green, there is a bunch of ways you can do this one. So the first method, this area equal to the area of this big triangle minus the area of this small triangle minus this area of this sector of this circle. Okay, from here to here, covering this angle. So the second method, you can use this area, which is in green, equal to the big area of this square minus this square of the circle minus this little space which is in red. Okay, so let's get started now. Let's start calculating this shaded area by using the big triangle. Okay, so the area of this one, let's call it SD, okay, equal to this area of this big triangle, which is half, is multiplied by the base, which is 2x, is multiplied by the heights, which is x, okay, minus this area of this small triangle, which the base is x and the heights is x over 2, and divide by 2. Okay, minus x is multiplied by x over 2 and is divided by 2. Okay, minus this area of this sector of this circle, which is minus half, is multiplied by 7 pi over 20, is multiplied by the radius of this circle square, okay, which is x squared. Now I'm going to simplify this equation. This one, it will be 2, it will be cancelled out with 2. I will get x squared minus x squared is divided by 4 minus this term, which is minus 7 pi, is divided by 40 x squared. Okay, I'm going to simplify this one more. This one is giving me 3 over 4 x squared minus 7 pi over 40 x squared. Okay, by taking this x squared as a common factor, I will get. Now, since we know SD equal to 3 over 4 minus 7 pi over 40 is multiplied by x squared, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to replace x squared with its value, which is 10, is multiplied by this area Sn. 3 over 4 minus 7 pi over 40 is multiplied by 10 sm. Okay, so this one is giving me 3 over 4 minus 7 pi over 40 is multiplied by 10. We already have sm equal half. This one is giving me 5 multiplied by this one, which is 15 over 4 minus 7 pi over 8. Okay, so this is the value as of this shaded area, 15 over 4 minus 7 pi over 8. So I can use another method here in order to calculate this one. I'm going to use the shaded area as D equal the area of this big square, which is x squared, minus the area of this sector, which is the core of the circle, which is minus 1 over 4. Pi is multiplied by x squared, radius squared. Okay, minus this little piece here, little space here, which is in the red. As we said, the shaded area, which is in green, equal the area of this square, which is x squared, minus the quarter of this circle, which is quarter pi x squared, minus this small area which is in red. This area which is in red equal to the area of this triangle minus this area of this sector of this circle, which is covering the angle of 3 pi over 20, minus half is multiplied by the base of this triangle, which is x, is multiplied by the heights, which is x over 2. Okay, minus this area, which is half, is multiplied by the angle, which is 3 pi over 20, is multiplied by the radius of this circle, which is x squared. Now I'm going to simplify this one. I'm going to take x squared as a common factor. I will get 1 minus pi over 4 minus 1 over 4. Minus sign with this minus with this minus become plus 3 pi over 40. The whole thing is multiplied by x squared. By simplify this one more, 1 minus 1 over 4, which is 3 over 4, plus 3 pi over 40 minus pi over 4. The whole thing is multiplied by x squared. So the shaded area is giving me 3 over 4. So this one, I'm going to calculate these two terms by putting 40 as a common denominator. I'm going to multiply the numerator by 10. I will get 10 here, which is minus 10 plus 7, which is minus 7 pi over 40 is multiplied by x squared, which is 10 sm, 10 sm equal half. If you take a look at here, I found the same value here, which is 15 over 4 minus 7 pi over 8. Okay, there is another method here, you can use it, but I think this one is enough. So I have calculated the area of the shaded area, which is in green, by using two ways. Okay, so I have done with this problem. Just consider subscribe. If you have any question or suggestion, just put it in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I will see you in next video. Bye.